New at 9 tonight, an ongoing trial on Missouri's voter identification law is expected to be decided soon.
Our Madison Heaver has more on what's happening in this trial. Madison.
John, the trial began last week. The NAACP, Missouri's ACLU, and the League of Women Voters of Missouri have teamed up against the state, saying Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft did not provide enough money to properly educate voters of the changes in Missouri's voter ID law. Joan Gentry is with the League of Women Voters of Missouri. It's part of the lawsuit challenging Missouri's voter ID law.
Did not educate people enough and did not provide the amount of funding necessary to do a quality kind of education.
Missouri's voter ID law went into effect in 2017. It originally required voters without a valid photo ID to sign a sworn statement and provide another form of identification to cast a regular ballot. But recent court filings have blocked some of the law by taking out the requirement to sign an affidavit and instead also offers the option to cast a provisional ballot. That's when there are some questions about a voter's eligibility that must be answered before the vote can count.
The League of Women Voters feels that a photo ID is an unnecessary form of identification for voters. We're vetted when we, register to vote. We get our voter ID cards then. It's too difficult for people, particularly if you're elderly, if you're poor, if you're a minority, if you're a student, it's difficult to obtain that photo voter ID if you're not a driver. And for some people, who work 2 or 3 jobs a week, voting then is put on a low priority in terms of getting that ID.
Attorneys for the state say Ashcroft's 18-month informational campaign easily surpassed the minimum requirement of education.
Their definition of more than adequately is probably different than ours.
In the court filing, state attorneys said Ashcroft visited every county in the state, aired over 100,000 TV and radio ads statewide, published notices in newspapers in each county, ran millions of online ads through social media, and sent thousands of mailers to voters.
I think the League's position is primarily it's an unnecessary burden that's being placed on people regardless of the level of education.
Gentry said a decision was supposed to be made last Friday, but that hasn't happened yet. It's in a county court right now, but the decision could also be appealed to a higher court. Secretary Ashcroft's office says it will not be commenting on the trial until a decision is made.
Thanks, Madison.